Ready for Revolution. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Ture Muhammad, and I want to welcome you to the debut of our podcast here. I'm Rich with Brother Eric Ture Muhammad. In case you need to see info on what that podcast includes, today's special guests, they are tremendous in our life. They have absolutely changed my life wholeheartedly, and I won't be belaboring any points. I do want you to know that this particular cast will feature none other than our senators and ambassadors in our United Network. Instead of United Nations, United Network. And we have senators, we have ambassadors, we'll soon have presidents. We're graced with the presence of two giants in the industry of network marketing in our space as Wealth Builders Global. We have Senator Michael L. Dalcoe and Ambassador Nathaniel Nate Hines, who have christened this debut by joining us with their presence. So I'm indeed grateful and honored to have them here. Welcome, gentlemen.
My honor. Great to be on with you.
Ooh, and they all handsome. Ooh-wee.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm extremely excited to be here, and I'm just excited that you even thought enough to ask me to be on board. So I don't take this moment for granted. It is my pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to everything that we're going to discuss today. So once again, thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you. Well, let's do us a favor here. Can we give a little backdrop as to how the two of you have been? Dr. Best always called it a divine appointment. Can you refer to how you all came together, came to know each other, and what this industry, where has led you to this point?
Well,
either one of you can start. I know y'all can't do it without gushing, laughing, crying, but do the best you can.
Well, I saw Mr. Dalcoe years ago. I mean, just his heart for people to win. Years ago, I mean, you're talking about when we were in that part we called the struggle. The struggle is real, and he's a young man in the industry, but he had actually launched his own company. He launched his own company. He had a company that's called I Can. When he had that company, his whole desire, he wanted people to win. and that's been his whole attitude since I met him. He wanted people to win, and he not just win, but he wanted people to win big. I mean, you're talking about a gentleman that truly has a heart for people, a desire for people to succeed more than he wants himself to succeed. And I'm not just saying it because we're here on this call. It's what I watch over the years. And you watch a person over the years, and you see that their heart is probably one of the most purest people you ever going to meet. And we started hanging out. We started growing. We developed a relationship. We developed a friendship, and we just connected. It was divine, and I'm thankful and grateful that this gentleman came into my life. And we never knew where a relationship would take you, how you would grow in a relationship. But this has definitely been a bond that I was through the divine, because our lives been changed today, and we talked too long. We start crying, but we've done something here together today, and you know, being friends in this space. But that was the starting point, you know. And Michael, you can interject whenever you feel like it. But uh, some of the parts I'll throw in here is that several years passed. Several years passed, and we got started with another vehicle. Um, and I wanted to have the right people, be connected to the right people. It wasn't just about being involved in a company. I wanted to be involved with the right people. And that's where I launched out to a gentleman that you mentioned earlier, our mentor and coach, by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ty Best. And it was very important to me that I connected with the right people this time in the industry. I didn't just want to be a part of anybody's team or whatever. I wanted someone who had a heart for people to win and things like that. And so I reached out to Dr. Best, asked Dr. Best to be my sponsor. Then I reached out to Mr. Dalcoe. And at first call, he was good. He told me it was good. He said, I'm not interested, you know. And I knew he was just an amazing person, but he was never, he just said at that time he was good. And I just gave him a week, and I followed up with him. I asked him to take a look at a video. Some things had changed in his life. He looked at that video, he got excited. And I connected him to our mentor and coach, Dr. Ty Best, and our lives have been changed ever since. So, wow.
I think it's so unfair to try to have little podcasts and stuff with me and Nate on the stream together, because it's too much to talk about. It's just we're trying to collapse this relationship into whatever amount of time that Mr. Ture Muhammad has given us tonight. I really don't even remember the first meeting. I'm sitting here as Nate's talking. I'm trying to remember, how did we actually meet? Because Nate, when I knew of him before he ever knew of me. So he's being super kind right now, trying to say that Mike was this guy that wanted people to win big. I have no idea what I was doing when I knew of Nate Hines, because Nate was like a legend early in his life. He was a young guy. I think I probably got Nate by 5-7 years or so. I don't know. We won't. I guess we're gonna
55.
about 5 years.
I'm 55.
Okay, well I'll be 60, so I got him like 5 years. But he looks so in shape and stuff. It makes me look bad. So he was, to me, he was a real young guy, real tall and sharp, and monogram cufflinks, and he had done some incredible things in the industry. Winning cars and buying his wife a car and making six figures. This was back when it was unheard of. We used to always say 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, and he had far exceeded that, and he was just killing it. And so when I saw him, he was actually one of the people that made me believe network marketing was a viable marketplace and that it was possible. Because I was like, this young kid, I mean, he's well spoken, articulate, but he's just a guy, young black man. And I'm looking at him going, okay, I'm in the warehouse, he's on stage. Like, how did he do that? So Nate was one of the guys I saw from a distance. He was in this company, Nate, I don't think you remember it. I guess it's okay to say it because it doesn't exist anymore, but he was legendary in this company called E.TV. And that's what I know, right? And that's where I first started hearing about him, because some of the guys I was rolling with, they was like, Nate Hines, E.TV, he killing it, blah, blah, blah. And, he's got a big group over there. And So Nate was really making his rounds and accumulating some street credibility. And then he was in this other juice company, and a guy who I considered to be a mentor joined in Nate's group. And then I joined under him. And I think that's how I finally met Nate face to face, shook hands, and we really connected. We clicked. And that company went out of business, and I had my hands on the product. It was back in the days where VoIP, voice over internet protocol, was just burgeoning. And for some reason, somebody had handed me that product, and me and Nate talked about it, and we launched another company called Vision 3K. And then I think I launched my company, or I may be getting the dates mixed up, but either way, it was just that kindred spirit. So I had given up on that with marketing, totally. So it's not for me. It obviously works because Nate's killing it. My other business partner was doing well. I don't have the personality type for it. It was something about me that it didn't work. See, I'm talking too much. When you're in a company and somebody, anybody, is making money in that comp plan and with that product, it's not the company. That's it. I mean, that's why I love network marketing, because if nobody's making money and the company's falling apart, well, it's probably the company. But if you got this whole line of success and you're looking at them, they're just like you, few years apart, same ethnicity, same background, same education, same everything. If everything's equal and they're succeeding and you're not, it's probably you. It's probably you. So I say, it's probably me. I wasn't getting mad at anybody else, and blaming them or castigating the company. I said, I don't think I can do it. So when Nate finally called me to join our last company, I was honored that he called me. I didn't want to do the business, but that's my guy. That's Nate Hines. Nate calls, I'm answering. So I answer the phone. He's like, man, I want you to take a look at something. I was like, nah. I wasn't saying no to him. I was saying, no, I can't do it. That is a teachable moment right there.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all don't take it personal when you share your opportunity with somebody and they don't want to do it. It's not an indictment on you. It's something about them where they don't believe they can do it. And Nate Hines, being the consummate professional that he is, he called me back. He gave me 7 days and he called me back. There were some other little pieces in there that we're not going to divulge, but he called me back. And man, some stuff had changed at work. I was a mortgage banker with Wells Fargo by then, and they had changed some comp plan things, and I was feeling a little in my feelings that day. And he said, Mike, you just need to look at this video. I said, all right, send it on. I looked at it. It was a 32-minute video. I got 16 minutes in, and I was calling Nate, and I was like, thank you, bro. I probably won't do well in this company, but I want the product. Sign me up. And I remember the last thing I said to him was, you got to hold my hand through this because I can't do network marketing. I need y'all to hear what I just said.
Wow.
I said, Mike Dalcoe. And I know I got two types of people out there to hear me talk. Some that hate me and some that love me. I have very few in the middle. I have very few on the fence. Some people really don't like me and some people really love me. And so those that love me, what I've accomplished in this industry to this point. I said to that guy, I said, you got to hold my hand on this, bro, because I obviously don't know what the heck I'm doing. Man, boy, he grabbed my hand and took me straight to Dr. Ty Best. He locked our hands in. So it was the three of us jumping out of an airplane. And man, that thing, when I tell y'all, if there's a seminal moment, if there's a Kairos moment, if there is a game-changing, life-changing, earth-shattering, paradigm-shifting moment, it was that second phone call. I can't even begin to explain. You'd have to pick me up at my house and sit down and take me to lunch and sit down and let me tell the whole story, I am I am completely a different person than I was November the 12th, 2013. I don't even recognize myself. I'm an entirely different person. Ty Beth said, a couple of things are gonna happen to you in this business, Mike. He said, one, it's gonna be easier than you think. He said, you'll when you make it, you're gonna struggle to remember what it was like when you were struggling. And he said the second thing is inevitable. This business is going to change you. And I promise, God bless the memory of Dr. Best, I don't even recognize myself.
Mm,
I don't.
Mhm.
I'm different. I'm better. I'm a better husband. I'm a better father. I'm a better businessman, better business partner, better human. I love people. I care about people. I'm closer to God. There's nothing about me that was identifiable in November 2013. I'm an
mm,
entirely different person.
mm. So in this industry known as networking, it has done so much for so many. Why is that? What is it that we just don't understand or grasp about this industry? Either one of you can elaborate.
No, you don't have a lot of time on here, do you? You trying to mess us up.
Yeah. There's a saying about this industry. This industry, we always used to say, is a personal development course with a compensation plan attached to it. That's one of the biggest things that that we get out of this industry because the first thing when I got involved in this industry, I saw it just working on how I thought. Because for so long, all my life, everyone around me, it was just about getting another job with a high paying, salary or commission. Um, Even the way you speak. I mean, I remember somebody asked me a question, man. They say, "How you doing?" I used to say stuff like, "I'm hanging in there, trying to get by." I can't even remember those words anymore. Uh, but my words today, I'm fantastic. I'm great. My mindset has shifted. My belief has grown to another level. Confidence is through the roof. This industry, if a person takes the time to get in it and make it become a part of them, not only does it change them inside, you take these golden nuggets from this industry, you develop your household, you
100%.
develop your children.
100%.
Because I think about now the conversations I have with my children. My children, everything it rolls off my tongue. I tell everybody I have the two best in the world because there's no way when you're talking about something when you grow and being positive, I can't roll off anything negative to my kids. And what this industry did, it helps you grow so the people around you see you personally growing as well. It's just an incredible place. This industry is bigger than just a company. It's about people growing to be something that they never thought they can be. And it's not just about money, it's you growing as a person, how you treat people, how you talk to people, your response to people, your reaction to people, and then wanting other people to win. You
Mm,
know, it's in you where you just got this desire for people to win, and then it hurts you so bad when some people just give up and they just say, or they don't, they just say it's not happening for me or whatever. Time, I hear Dr. Best. Give yourself time to succeed. But I love this industry, and we all have our moments. We all have our challenges. It's not like you just walk in the room and I'm rich. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. It's growth. You have to grow with the money, and that's one thing I love about this industry. You will grow, your belief grows, and once you start getting yourself in a rhythm, you want to make sure you stay in that rhythm. You want to get your attitude right so you can get your money right. So that is a big mindset shift. That's what this industry does. It's an incredible place to be and to grow uh, all the way around.
I want to add to that too. It's so hurtful to me that network marketing as a profession is so misunderstood. There are people that are dedicated to insulting, castigating, and outright slandering the network marketing profession. They actually have websites dedicated to saying negative things about network marketing. Like literally, in their opinion, every single company is a scam, a fraud, a pyramid, a Ponzi, and they put it online, and then it carries weight with
Mhm.
people who are uneducated about what's the motivation behind. Do you know there are companies that spend all day dumping negative stuff online about a company, and then they got another backdoor company that promotes erasing negative information off the internet for you? I'm gonna say that again because I think that'll sneak up on you. There's one company putting out negative press all day, all night. There's another company that says we can erase the negative press. Do you know they're the same company?
Wow.
They put negative stuff out, and then here comes
Wow.
this nice company saying, "Man, don't worry about that. You give me $10,000, I can get rid of all that stuff." It's the same company, and they're dedicated to trying to bring down the entire network marketing space. And I go, why is that? Because this industry is so misunderstood. There's a guy in our company. His name is David. I won't give his whole name. His name is David. He is doubling the income of the person above him that brought him in. Now, how can you get Ponzi? In Ponzi, the people at the bottom can never out earn the people at the top. How do you bring somebody in who doubles your income? He's doubled his sponsor's income. They things like pyramid and scam and Ponzi and get rich quick scheme. All these words, they are so good. They sound so good till they stick in your heart and make you think that this is not a good path for you. When the truth is, there's nothing more likely to make you rich than a network marketing company. I will stack network marketing up to any industry. You put it beside something like being an architect. Well, you got to go to school for 10 years. Network marketing, you can be on your mom's sofa in the basement and out that guy. A thoracic surgeon, you got to go to school for 12 years and stay. You can be Holly the housewife and out earn him or her. You can have failed at everything your entire life. You can have 10 bankruptcies and 18 marriages and divorces. And you sign up with the right company and you have the right level of passion and you make a big enough list, and it will erase everything that's ever happened in your life negatively. There's nothing even sort of close to network marketing as a profession, not even in the same ballpark. And yet people just dog it out like they don't understand what it is. So let me give you a 30-second overview of what network marketing is. I like a certain product, good, or service. I want to use it. And not only that, it's so good, I want to tell my friends, and the company will pay me for that activity.
Mm, mm. That wasn't even 30 seconds. That wasn't even 12 seconds.
The only thing that's different in network marketing than what you normally do in your life for free is you don't get paid for it. I use this laundry detergent. I like it enough to tell my auntie that it cleans my clothes. Tide just doesn't send you a residual. Tide advertises on NBC, CBS, PBS, Fox, MSNBC, CNN. They advertise to those networks where our company advertises to the People Word of Mouth Network. That's the only difference, folks. Where does the money come from? advertising dollars. It's so simple. It hurts me. It literally hurts me that there's been such a concerted effort from somebody to make people think that network marketing is something other than what it is, a legitimate, viable business opportunity model.
Do you all believe that it's the simplicity of it that just mind boggles the general public? I mean, in the sense that we've been trained, programmed, and conditioned from day long to do what others have done. And all of that has been just a mirage of distractions. I'll give you an example. My father used to teach us that poverty is punishment for a crime we didn't commit. We're birthed into a society that everything is already there in front of us. So we did what our mother and fathers did. We did what their grandparents did. Our grandparents did. We did what their parents did. And that systemic piece of just doing and not challenging ourselves to be more, do more, or have more. Do you think that the simplicity, I mean, you gave it to us, Sister Rhonda Gail Turner said you gave us that definition of networking in 3.5 seconds. So, I mean, we're so distracted with this, I guess, this misrepresentation of time, personal time, that we don't see the simplicity and it just throws us off. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me say first this time. So there's an anchor to poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Certain words are anchors to poverty. I don't think there's them that are keeping us down. I think there's a systemic belief system that has it rules.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it came from, but it is a systemic. There's an overarching mindset in society of a few certain words that just rule the day with mindset. Things like money doesn't grow on trees. Uh, Live within your means. Uh, Too good to be true. That's the worst one. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst limiting belief in the world. Every time someone says it's too good to be true, I just cringe. If I told you what type of 2023 I have had, everybody other than people with an elevated mindset would say, that's not true. That didn't happen. That's too good to be true. People who ascend to great success and wealth routinely experience what the world calls too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Eric Ture Muhammad go from working full time in the hospitality industry to retiring, and his wife retired, and his kids probably don't have to work if they don't want to. He went from making an hourly wage and barely making it to buying cars cash and traveling the world every weekend. I watched him do that in the span of a year and a half. That's too good to be true by the world standards.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I watched him do it. So what are you going to do? I'm a liar? He's a liar? He really is broke, but he's just traveling to make you think? I mean, what do you think? I mean, so that whole too good to be true thing, people actually think that's a real thing. If it's too good to be true, I mean, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Hitting the lottery for $40 billion is too good to be true, but it happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as too good to be true. My wife is too good to be true. Well, she's right there. Like, what is that that's a dumb, idiotic, limiting thought pattern, words set. Oh, stop saying that. That will lead you straight to poverty. Too good to be true. More people miss opportunity for that stupid set of words, too good to be true. I guess it sort of flows, it sort of rhymes. It flows, it's I don't know but it's a dumb set of words. No, it's not. Somebody walks up to you and they say, do you keep your business options open? You say, yeah. They send you a video where you can put some money in a system and it'll 4X in 18 months. Oh, that's too good to be true. Well, stay broke then. You sit there watching people do it, but it's too good to be true. And then when they break out and start living on the beaches of the world, oh, they were lucky. I'm sorry, I'm getting an attitude.
say you, Brother Nate?
Well, Mr. Dalcoe nearly said it all. It's all mindset. It's all mindset. Everything I believe just roll with mindset. Um, you know, I first thing that hit me when Mr. Dalcoe was speaking about you, your attitude changed, Brother Eric. His attitude changed because Brother Eric says, you ask him, how you doing, Brother Eric? He doesn't say I'm hanging in there. He says, all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's his whole attitude has changed. But this industry is just simply incredible. And I can never, I don't know if I could ever figure out um, where a person just, I guess people feel like somebody trying to get them into something. And that's one of the biggest challenges with a lot of people. A lot of people say, man, what are you trying to get me into? But if I had a job application and told you that the plant down the street was hiring for 30,000, 35,000 a year, people jump all over that.
Exactly.
It's a mindset where we have it's nothing wrong with, it's just we've been put in a system and trained that, and it comes down from generations. And until somebody say, I'm going to be the one to step out and break that curse, that generational curse, and that mindset shift,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the problem comes in at. Because, I used to work with guys, and I'll never forget going to work. And I was in a telecommunication company, and they were so negative, they would line up, 5 of them would line up in the hallway, and they start singing the New Edition song. They would throw their fingers on their ear, and they would call me Mr. Telephone Man. But I could have been that guy that let them destroy my dreams. And because we have limited beliefs, until we break past those barriers, that somebody's always trying to get us into something and open our mind up to say, hey, what's possible out there for me? And we got to remember, guys, that for so long, all we've been taught to do is stay in school, get a good education, get a good job. And until you get yourself around somebody who's trying to do something different, because all I think about is my neighborhood, our dream and goal was to work at a place called Sunday Dinners, UPS, and Broadway Glass. Those were the dream jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I read recently, matter of fact, I shared it in the training we were doing last night. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Scott Anderson. Scott Anderson is a fellow who wrote a book called Think Like a Billionaire, Become a Billionaire. And it's all about mindset. And what really made me move to that book, I listened to Mr. Dalcoe a couple of days ago, where he stated how all the wealthy think the same. There's no difference in the thinking of the billionaire. There's no difference in the thinking of the millionaire. It's the mindset, however, that is consistent. And here's the power of the mindset that Mr. Anderson cited when we're not thinking like that. I want to show you what doesn't change. He said, 10 years ago, at the end of the month, after paying all the bills, you had $37 left over. Today, when you are making nearly twice as much, you have $37 left over. Unless you change your thinking, 10 years from now, you will have $37 left over. So it speaks to the point of how the mindset is terribly important. And yes, mine has changed. And what I've come to the conclusion is, unless we change our thinking, it will never matter how much money we have. We will never become wealthy. And so I was speaking with two types of folks over the last few days. All right. One was is a celebrity, and I had the opportunity to go over to his home a little more than a week ago, and his sprawling lawn, and he had people out there working on his hedges, and he was trying to get his pool clean before all the leaves just took it over, and we were talking. I said, man, you have a really fine home. God has really blessed you with a lifestyle. He said, yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm really privileged. I said, what happens when you don't do what you do any longer? He said, what do you mean? I mean, if everything was to stop for you today, the commercials, the entertainment, the athleticism, all those things that you're known for in the world, if all that was to stop today, would you be able to still maintain this, protect it, or even grow it? He said, I have some things in place, but I really hadn't given it that much thought because I'm just getting here. I said, well, that's a consideration. Then advancing to another conversation, I had a conversation with a pastor a few mornings ago. And we were talking about the opportunity that we're in. And he saw the presentation, and he saw how Mr. Dalcoe moved us through the different certificates and what they can yield us if we make a decision to partake. And he struggled with it a little bit because, you know, you ever see people who can see this thing for what it is, but they're afraid to commit in front of you? So I wasn't trying to push him to commit because we're not in the convincing business. But he said, you know, I've been preaching a long time, and I always tell my people, any situation you have, you can overcome with your trust and belief in God. I said, okay, I received that. He said, and the bigger the problems, you take them straight to God, and all that will handle itself, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's this. I said, hold on, Pastor, hold on. Instead of taking your big problems to God, why don't you take your big God to the problem? He said, I said, why don't you just take your big God to the problem? Because you limit him by suggesting that there are things greater than him. I got a problem. Now, mind you, I'm just talking out of my head. It just sort of came. When he responded, I was like, uh-oh. Because he said, damn. And I was like, I was ready to apologize. But really, it was an epiphany for him. You know, we have something so great, so valuable, that the creator of it, this industry, is the same creator of everything else you attach your God to. Exactly. So why would you limit his ability by giving him your problems, by giving him your thoughts, why? Anyway, it was my...
Listen to this, brothers, listen. So the limiting belief of a get-rich-quick scheme. I will say something here. I will submit something to you all that may rub you the wrong way. And I'm doing that intentionally. You should want it to be a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, let me explain something to y'all. Network marketing was designed to get you rich quick. I need y'all to digest that and be okay with it. It was not designed to get you rich slow. How appealing would that be? When Nate Hines went to the chalkboard and he showed you the 7 levels and the percentages and blah, 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 and the circles and the X's and the lines, how many people would join if it says, now, it's going to take you about 27 years for you to get to 10,000 a month? How many people would be like, yes, baby, yes, right? Now, let me tell y'all something that's real. How long y'all gonna be here on this earth? You got indefinite time here, or you got limited? Are you living in the same time continuum that I am? Okay, well, let me tell you how stupid the status quo is. You're born, your parents drop you off at a daycare center and let strangers raise you while they go to work because they've been taught that a good, honest person puts in a good 8-hour day. And mommy goes that way, and daddy goes that way. And the people that love each other the most and have committed their lives together are going separate ways all day until nighttime. And they come back together exhausted, worn out, frustrated, tired, and beat down. And they're going to give that leftover to each other, pick the children up from daycare who don't know who the hell you are anymore because somebody else is raising them, take them home, feed them in a brown paper bag, put them to bed, wake up the next morning, and do it again 5 days a week. And on the weekend, you try to have some family time, and that day goes so fast because you wash the cars, wash the clothes, clean the house, have breakfast, and the day is over. You get up and go to church Sunday and give all the money you've worked for it in the offering plate, and you do it again for 40 years. You go to school for 12 years just to get out of high school and learn a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use in life. Y'all, stop me when I'm lying. Just say stop because you're lying. Just type it in the chat room. You learned 12 years of stuff. You don't even remember what you learned in high school. Mama taught you how to read, write, and do arithmetic, so school didn't get the credit for that. You go to school for 12 years. Now you 18. They ask you to make a lifetime decision on what career path you're going to take at 18 years old. You don't even know what you want to eat for dinner, and they're trying to make you make a life decision what you want to go to college for. You get some student loans and you take off to college away from the people that should be giving you their influence and personality, and you leave that. They didn't raise you. They didn't raise you. The school system and the daycare raised you. They were just your parents. And then they send you off to some other caregivers who have a job, and they're going to teach you how to get out of school and with a diploma or a degree, and then you're going to go apply for a job competing against everybody else that took that same stupid path. And you finally get that dream job that you prayed for and went to school for, and then you work for 20 to 25 to 30 years only to find out you don't even like that job. And it didn't supply your needs, and you're not living your dreams. You're living somebody else's dream, and you wake up at 60 years old and you're no closer to freedom than you were when you started at 18. Why is that a good idea? Who has that ever worked for? No one. You watch your great-grandparents and your grandparents and your parents take that same path only to not have enough and impart to you on how to impart to your kids how to not have enough. And y'all got the nerve to say to us when we show you a blueprint to get free that that's a get-rich-quick scheme as opposed to your stay broke long-term plan. You don't even think about what you're saying. You just parrot get rich quick. And you don't even hear the words that come out of your own mouth. That what is the alternative, and why would I not want to get rich quick? Because this time continuum is closing in on you. I had a guy, he said, take a ruler, 12 inches on a ruler, and every inch represents 10 years. And almost nobody makes it to 12 inches, 120 years. Most people drop out at 8 inches on that 12-inch ruler. Where are you? I'm at 60. That means maybe 2 inches of that ruler left. You've used up most of the ruler and you ain't even gonna get to the end. That's all you got. You got that much left. You really want to sit in somebody's goddamn cubicle for the last 2 inches? Network marketing is a path. Oh, please let me say one last part. Why is network marketing a path? Okay. Nate Hines sponsored me in the company. When Nate was expert home designer, when Nate was designing homes and he worked 4 hours, he had 4 hours of productivity. When he signed me up in the network marketing business and he works 4 hours and I work 4 hours, he now has 8 hours of productivity, but he only did 4. When he signs up Craig Riddick and Craig does 4, is 4, 8, 12. He gets 12 hours for 4 hours. So somebody said, how many hours are there in a day? It depends on how many people you have assisting you in building your wealth. Because Nate probably has 2,000 hours in a day. What other company can do that? I'll wait. I will wait. You can't do that. You're a brain surgeon. You can't hand that to your son. This business model is fire. It is designed for you to collapse the most non-redeemable asset you have, which is your time. How are you going to get your time back? Nate always says, we got to collapse time. How do you collapse time? You find a bunch of people who also have a dream and you show them how to do it. And for every 1 hour of productivity, that adds to your one. If you have 10 people given an hour, you're getting 10 hours for every hour. That is how you build massive wealth. You have the efforts of other people in a way that's fair to them. You're not using them. They're not working for you. I don't work for Nate. Matter of fact, this might hurt his feelings, but when I'm going through my day and I'm talking to new people, I'm not saying, oh man, Nate gets another person on his team. I'm sorry, Nate, but I'm not really thinking about you when I'm sponsoring a new person. I'm thinking about me. I'm thinking about my legacy. And I go, oh, wow, Nate has another person. It might be an afterthought. I mean, I love the brother. He changed my life. But network marketing lets every person have something vested for themselves. And oh, by the way, I'm glad Nate is making money off of my effort because he changed my life. See, y'all got to get rid of that crab in the bucket mindset. When you start celebrating the person that gave you the opportunity, things change. Celebration is a wealth magnet. I derive great pleasure knowing I had some part to play in Nate Hines taking his gorgeous wife to the Mercedes-Benz dealership and swiping for a car. That's a part of my testimony. My sponsor was able to buy his wife a 2024, and it's 2023. I love that. And boy, you learn how to celebrate people. That is true network marketing. I yield back. Y'all know I can get on a tangent, boy. Eric, I get on a tangent, bro. I go to rolling, and I love this industry. I love it.
There's a brother who said in the comments just before you go, Brother Nate, he says, in this industry, everybody eats, B. Everybody eats here.
Everybody eat.
Go ahead, Brother Nate.
No, I just love this industry because it's fair. You know, I love it because it's fair. Because when you sit up and you think about how many, because time goes so fast, and you've already covered this. Time goes so fast. We'll get into a job or we'll get in a career. Next thing you know, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years then went by. Then you sit up there, you're looking at retirement. But no, it's retirement because we don't have enough money. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. Heard that thing so many times. But when you look at different things on how the power of this industry, where it gives you your time back, it gives you your health back.
It does.
Because I'm talking about me, when I was there, that doctor tried to give me some blood pressure pills, had some pills, and now when I got free, my blood pressure like 118 over 78.
Right.
So when a person don't understand that this is a path to freedom, this is a path to set your family up, this is a path to educate and teach your children that there's a better way versus following the regular system where, okay, I got to start off at the bottom, work for minimum wage, struggle, and keep saying the struggle is real, and not believe that I can have something better. I can't make a certain amount of money till I reach a certain age. Oh, I gotta wait on somebody to promote me so I can make some money.
Right.
I gotta wait on and get the old hoopty car that I gotta close the door 3 times on. When I turn the curve, the door fly open. No, I mean, it's just the fact where it's a mindset where you stay in the same place. I mean, why does a person always got to go out and think I got to work at Popeye's Chicken? Where a person, a 20-year-old, it's an 18-year-old young lady and an 18-year-old creative son make more money than some grown adults at 18 years old because of this industry. It's a level playing field. It's a level playing field, but you have to give yourself time to succeed. It is a personal development course with a compensation plan attached, where you got to plug into and learn something different, where you got to do some activities to make things happen. It's not like one of the problems with corporate America in the job. I'm not knocking it, but some people, they want to just show up and wait for the check on Friday. And we've been stuck in that system for so long. We've been stuck in a system where we follow tradition. We follow tradition because most people do the same thing their parents did. How many people you know that work at a job and they went and work at the same job that their parents worked at? How many people you know that were in law enforcement and then you hear I'm a 3rd generation cop? How many people say I went in the military because my dad went in the military?
I had my granddaughter, she's 15. She sent me this long text. She was like, Granddad, please help me understand what I can do to make some money. I want to get everybody Christmas gifts. I'm going to need about $1,000. and blah, blah, blah. Because of this industry, I just texted her back. I said, call granddad this week and let's talk. And what I'm doing now is I'm just sending her videos of how money works. Because she's already trying to work jobs. I'm gonna try to get a second job. Girl, you're 15. If you don't shut up with that, you're 15. Forget Christmas. What I want, one of my granddaughters, my sons, they bad news. They got me grandkids all over the place. They haven't learned the discipline of manhood, so they got me granddaughters all over the place. And one of my granddaughters, her mother called me up and she said, "Papa, can you give me $60 for Easter?" This was 6 years ago. "Can you give me $60 for Easter?" And at the time, I think we had something like $40 or something. You could do something with $40. And I was like, "No, I tell you what I will do. I will give you $200 to get a package and join the business with me and let me teach you how to do the business. And we'll skip Easter this year." And she said, "Papa, I know what you stand for. I know how you do. And, I know you're a successful man. I want to learn the business, but just this year, Papa, can I get $60?" She totally didn't hear me at all. And you know what I did? I gave her the $60. And to this day, 6 years later, she's still broke. Somebody would rather you give them $60 than to teach them the business for $200. And all I'm appealing to the people on this platform and everybody that will see this stream in the future, give network marketing another look.
Mhm.
Clear your eyes out. Give it another look with some fresh eyes. Don't listen to your friends. When you buy into your friend's mindset, you buy into your friend's financial stability. Don't listen to your friends. They're broke too. Go to a meeting with someone who knows this industry inside out, who understands what it can do for you, and let them teach you the business. And as a matter of fact, consider just trying it for 1 year. Get the product religiously, consistently, and make a list. Do everything that somebody tells you to do for 1 year, and then tell me if it works or not. Don't listen to people who haven't had any success. Because again, like I said, if Nate had success, I'm the problem. So don't listen to me. Listen to Nate. Go talk to the people who won. Don't talk to the people who lost. Talk to the doers. Do what the doers are doing, and don't do what the don'ters are doing. Because the don'ters don't do what the doers do, so the don'ters don't have what the doers have. Do what the doers are doing. That's what you need to follow. Don't listen to the people who are not in. How you gonna listen to somebody who's not in? How you gonna listen to somebody who's complaining when you got a whole list of people who are winning? Go talk to the winners. Don't talk to the people who said, "Oh, it's a scam, it's a Ponzi." Talk to the people who said, "Man, this is fire," and let them train you. Because if somebody's winning, you can win. That's it.
Mm, mm, mm. Man, I need to thank you gentlemen, you brothers, for literally being a part of changing my life, the life of my family, and those in my family that aren't even aware yet. You know, that's the power of this industry. That's the power of relationships. And speaking of which, we can't leave this platform without sharing something of Dr. Ty Best. He left us this March, but he's left us with marching orders. And Wealth Builders Global is something so far beyond that people don't see us coming. In a few days, people are going to be competing for number 2 because we're only settling on one number in and of itself. So, out of you, if you'd like to give us some thoughts on Dr. Ty Best and any closing remarks as we move to announcements and then prepare for the next live stream. Over to the two of you.
The one that rings out of my head the most has changed my life so dramatically. Again, I'm unidentifiable from my 10-year ago self. He would say, "I'd rather chase a dream with passion, something that gives me energy, something I can get up looking forward to every day, with passion, with energy that never comes true than to live my life without a dream at all. Boy, if you dream big and you chase that dream with passion, it's going to come true. So thank you, Dr. Best, and God bless your memory.
I would like to add a comment he always stated. Some people don't understand certain things. He always would say, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. The facts don't matter. And I distinctly remember him when I first met Dr. Best. Everybody's trying to figure out this prepaid calling card. High was $1.25 a minute. Long distance rate, 14 cents a minute. Nobody's gonna buy this card. But the man went off and built a business, made over $1 million in a year, while everybody trying to figure out the card. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. You have to go after your dream. What everybody else is saying, the naysayers and all the other stuff that comes up in front of you, if you're chasing that dream, if it's big enough, you're gonna go ahead and continue after that dream. You don't let little stuff come in and knock you down. There's always gonna be something that's gonna come up. But that dream is what's gotta drive you. That dream has gotta be the thing that holds you up. It's the dream. You gotta have the dream. And that's the biggest thing. He said, dream big. No, dream bigger. And whatever you do, don't let no one, and I mean no one, steal that dream. That man touched my heart so much, he became my big brother. And we're gonna close this podcast. That's when I start crying up in here. He touched our lives in a major way. And I'm truly thankful and grateful. But I will say this. Sometimes you have to honor time, and you have to honor moments, and you have to honor people. He plays such an important role, because someone is close to you, kind of take it that they will always be there. And man, did he impact us. He impacted his Wealth Builders Worldwide organization and people, so many people outside of this organization, inside this industry. And I will share this. I don't know if there's a person on the planet that can throw a negative thing out there about Dr. Best, but he did. He impacted our lives in a major way, and we thankful and grateful for him. Brother Eric Ture, I'm going to pass this mic back to you. Thank you, man.
Thank you, folks. Listen, before we close out, I want to share the announcements that we have. And I know that I had stated that those were closing comments and summaries, and I meant it. I do. But there's something that's about to happen in our world here that I don't want anyone to lose sight of. We have magnificent trainers in this wealth building opportunity, what we have in Wealth Builders Global. And I want to share what's coming with three of our great trainers. And that I'll put it on the screen so I can find it. This is our trainer session that's coming November 26th. It's a Sunday. It's after we get back from Cape Town, a week or more after we get back from Cape Town. And it's going to be led by presenters Jocelyn Burrell, the crypto nurse, master trainer, Mr. Cole, Nikki Knox, and Mike, the numbers gentleman Johnson. This training session is titled Pulling It All Together. GS Partners, GS Trade, the Lydian World, G999, and the Lydian Stater. Crypto in, crypto out. They're giving a 3-hour intensive on the bones of this ecosystem. They're giving entry points, basics, fundamentals to any aspect of it that you might be interested in. And it's a crypto in, crypto out training. There's a QR code there on the screen. bestwealthevents.online is where you can register, and then you'll follow steps after it as to how to secure your seat. Shout out to Mr. Randy Love, who secured 4 seats and gave away 3 today on the Believers Huddle. This opportunity keeps you in such gratitude that you'll always find yourself giving. And these 3 giants that you have on the screen in the flyer, that if I include them, that'll be 5 great giants. I'm looking at 5 right now, but on the screen, on the flyer, these 3. We've also, as these gentlemen talk about how they watched me, we've also had the blessing of watching the crypto nurse, Jocelyn Burrell. We've had the blessing of watching Master Trainer Nicole Nikki Knox and that numbers gentleman, Mr. Mike Johnson. He made me so afraid of my back office, I don't even call him to look at it because I'd be embarrassed on how much I not only left on the table, but how much we're earning. But they're going to give this training session, Crypto In, Crypto Out, Sunday, November 26, 2023, from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. The cost is 150 USDT. It costs more if you don't come because you won't know what you have, right? And we only accept the ERC20 token. So you can do the QR code that will take you to bestwealthevents.online. Look at the information, provide what you need to provide to go on and become a part. And then the other announcement that I have, we're on the road again. We don't know how to stay off it right now. So we take advantage of the opportunity in the life of the opportunity. We'll be in Tampa, Florida this weekend with Dr. Elaine Lee and the Golden Billionaires. We'll be there, myself, my wife. There are people coming in from Michigan that committed. There are people coming in from other parts of Florida. There are people that are coming in from other parts of Georgia. We are going to be this Saturday, November 11th, at the Hyatt House, Tampa Airport, West Shore. It'll be held in the Gathering Room. That's 5308 Avion Park Drive, Tampa, Florida. For more information, just take a screenshot and get in touch with Dr. Elaine Lee and that team, and they will welcome you. Who do you know in these cities that you may not be able to get to, but you can drive other people to it and find yourself rewarded as a result of their ability to expand their network, because your network is absolutely your net worth. And lastly, we have our Team Believe Huddle. The huddle takes place every Monday through Saturday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, and we provide 3 days exclusively for training. Sort of Ask Me Anything with those trainers that come to our platform, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but when 6 days a week, 9:15 on the Believers Huddle. That's www.teambelieve.info. I want to thank you all for your time and attention. Do you have anything that you'd like to add, Mr. Dalcoe or Mr. Hines?
Nothing from my side. Great.
Nothing from my side.
And I thank you all. Let's stay blessed and try not to hurt nobody unless you just have to. I know we're spiritually centered and we're centered and we're always into humanity. You know the spiritual, the anthem, lift every voice and sing. Well, sometimes you have to lift every fist and swing too. That's just my thought on it. I'll see us all on the next live, which is 9 p.m. www.gorocks.info. Thank you, everyone. Good night, everybody.